My name's Barbara Black, and I live in Northampton. I'm blind, and because of that, I obviously don't drive, and getting places can be tricky. Over the past 2 years, it's been great to be able to access public meetings remotely. I've been able to listen to my city council meetings. I've been able to listen to and participate in school committee meetings, and also listen to hearings at the State House, and I gave testimony at one State House hearing. So I'm really hoping Massachusetts will maintain this practice of having remote meetings available to the community so that we can continue to participate, because the more that people participate, the more information there is and the stronger our democracy will be.
I'm David Miller. I'm a town meeting member in Burlington, Massachusetts. I have a concern because of cancer treatments that I had that left me with an immune system that's not up to snuff. I have Parkinson's disease, and some of the things about Parkinson's disease make it harder for me to physically go to a meeting. For me, it's wonderful. I mean, everything I do now, it's all remote. Because now I can sit in the comfort of my home and attend town meetings. I could attend. I serve on 2 committees here in Burlington. I can attend all the committee meetings. Attending meetings is so much more convenient. I don't have to worry about going out at night. Doesn't matter what the weather is. I have to drive at night. Like when you're at a meeting and you have some reference to most of those reference documents are always online. So I have my browser up with different browser tabs with these documents, and I can refer to them during the meeting. Even if I didn't have Parkinson's, it's still not easy opening up documents, and you're sitting, it's like being in a theater. It's like you don't have a lot of room. Where if I'm sitting like now with my computer in front of me, I can take my mouse, switch to a different screen, and say, okay, that's the document or the item that they're talking about. So not only helps people like me, but it helps a lot of people. I'm very proud of what I've done. I think I'm very active, and none of that had to be in person.
I'm Jean Zotter, she, her pronouns. I live in Medford, Massachusetts. I'm a mother of a 17-year-old and live here with my husband and my son. I work full time and have busy life, as does my husband, who's a professor in a university system. And my son's in high school. He is 17, but he's not driving yet. This has allowed me to be more engaged in city government. Most of the time it's 5 people sitting in a city council meeting. But when you look at Zoom, there could be 20, 30. If it's the city budget, you could have hundreds of people engaged. And so I think remote access just makes it a lot easier for people to be involved in their local government, know what's going on. The part of Medford I live in is considered an isolated community. There's no subway access, and the bus access is minimal. And so if you don't have a car, you would have to walk to city council. I think remote access creates a more engaged community. It makes government more transparent. Having remote access makes it easy to participate in government activities for myself.
I'm Chris McHugh Potts. I'm a 30-year resident of Medfield in Massachusetts. And I've been very involved in the community, an active community member, very passionate about trying to get our community members involved in town affairs and trying to keep them up to date. I launched this electronic newsletter that goes out once a week. I started it in 2020 when, in the height of the pandemic, and there was just a tipping point because we were losing our community newspapers, as everyone is, experiencing across the country, and people were just in the dark about what's going on. Said, oh my gosh, how am I going to be covering all these meetings? Thankfully they're all on Zoom, and because they were recorded, I was able to work with our town administrator to get the recordings after the meeting, and have to say, the responsiveness was great. I always feel that the more information that citizens can have about what is happening around them, and the more opportunities that they have to be engaged in the decision making, the better off you're going to be with it, the outcome meeting people where they're at sometimes, and Zoom has really helped with that a lot. The virtual meetings have helped with that a lot. You have a lot more people just paying attention and becoming a little bit more educated about what's going on. It's been really beneficial to have remote access to these meetings.